Wait, having
Because
mistresses is legal?
Yeah. You can't go to jail or be fined for having a mistress. It's not an offense under the penal code. Right. The whole point of this is when a divorce settlement is being discussed, who has more blame has to pay more or they get less.
Why do you know this so much?
I was a lawyer.
He's a lawyer. That's why. Why do you think I asked him to come on?
I know.
Can start, huh? Okay, welcome back to Yamcha Sessions, VFO, VeryFastOne. Today is the 26th. Is it 26th? 26th of April, 2024. What we'll be discussing today, Vincent?
Well, recently, Weird Kaya has posted an article that says KL court rules that husbands can legally have mistresses with an agreement. So that means if you were to get married to somebody and you happen to have a contract, and if you have written inside that you can have mistresses, then yeah, it's actually lawful.
Wait, actually, if that's the case, then thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Well, we're
Right,
going to
like-
go deeper into the
Okay,
article,
okay,
but before
okay.
we do that, let's take a look at what some of the people feel, especially most of the people are not going to click onto it to read, right? So let's just
That's
get
true.
a general sentiment. Now, there's a couple of comments that we can see in that Instagram post is this person saying then, can wives have mistresses with agreement then? Another person was saying that I want to marry 4 husbands, please, thank you. But an interesting one is that Malaysia, but Malay is silent. So, since we have a Malay today, let's get a lot of different perspective on a surface level first. So, Arif, what do you think? Do you think it's okay?
To have a contract for a mistress? Yeah, why not? Absolutely. So the whole reason this exists is, you need to understand, having a mistress is not illegal,
Yeah, it's not.
Even before all this, anyone can have a mistress. The point of this is, like, when you go get divorced, adultery is one of the grounds, right? So
okay.
let's say you had a mistress and then you're getting divorced, it's like more blame is on you. Then can fight for more assets as the person who's innocent. But if you have a contract saying, oh, look, you agreed, can
Then void already, right?
yeah.
It's not really exactly one of the things that you can be penalized when it comes to
Correct.
Yeah.
It's something like you're not guilty anymore. La. You can't use that as evidence to get more assets.
yeah.
That's the whole point of this whole thing.
Yeah. Because a mistress is not a marriage. A marriage is different. Right? Like, I think a marriage means you need to go through the whole process of doing the contract. You have to both sign. Then parents also, if I'm not mistaken, have to sign as a witness, etc., etc.
Your parents sign your marriage.
Yeah. Witness lah. It's normally your witness lah.
Oh,
right?
which is the ROM part? lah.
the ROM lah. So technically that's your legal document when you're married. But the mistress can be considered a documentation. Are you saying before this it was illegal?
Wait, isn't infidelity illegal? Isn't this like
It's not.
adultery, cheating? If you're like married to somebody and then you go outside, you have a relationship with somebody.
It's cheating. I feel okay. I'm not condoning it lah, but I feel like it's cheating when the agreed upon marriage or relationship is such that we are only seeing each other. Then it is cheating if you go and sleep around adultery with another person. Okay, but if it was agreed, then I think okay, what? No man.
I think we need to get something clear. I think fucking someone as a non-Muslim, having sex with someone who's not your spouse, there's nothing to penalize there in terms of the law.
Oh, serious shit.
Yeah, but if you're a Muslim, absolutely. Because it's in the Sharia enactments that you can't even be alone with a single woman in a room.
Oh shit! You can't even be
So
alone.
let alone fucking, that's something else.
Wait, for real?
Yeah, wait, I'll get into it, but can I swear or not on this point?
Well, it's too late, so just go ahead.
Fuck. Okay. So just being alone in a room with a woman is called Khalwat.
How do you spell that?
I've heard of that word. before. Now I know.
KHALWAT.
Now I
All the Sharia enactments in all the states have this.
What the shit?
Yeah. But in Kuala Lumpur, it's not really enforced.
So-
like they're
And why is it not being enforced?
because KL is like very liberal. They give chance. The police, even if they smell I'm not speaking from experience, but if they know you've been drinking, they chill on.
But if you're out of KL,
But if
then
you're out of
very
KL,
serious.
I don't know. Selangor is a mixed bag. People get caught for Khalwat in Selangor a lot. But in Kelantan, it's like on overdrive. It's another level of this.
Wow.
Well, we've not heard from MJ so far. MJ, what do you think?
He's thinking of a remark that's going to be short and quippy. That's what he's thinking.
No, but I don't have a big response. But my question, I think one response you either you missed or it wasn't there is that the key is that there must be an agreement on the conditions, right? And one of them will say that okay, yeah, he can have a second wife or a mistress if he chops.
If he what?
If he chops it off.
Jesus. Wait, what?
I assume they all come from feminists lah, but you know.
Oh, you're talking in hypothetical.
No. Like there was a comment
there
either
was a
here or
comment.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Is it a comment? Yeah, read out.
Can
the
you
comment.
find it?
I couldn't find a comment right now, but there was another comment that talks about get educated people. Islam allow wives, not mistress.
Yeah, that's another thing that is that an important
Like how you
distinction?
term it.
Yeah, it's important because a wife comes with legal obligations and remedies lah if
So-
they are wronged.
So on that point, let's say if we define a wife as someone you need to take care of financially and all that, and if the guy, so that's the Malay side, right? The Islamic side. Now for the non-Muslim side, it can be void if it's a mistress, right? And presumably a mistress is just a romantic interest or something like that. But what if he does all the things that he can do to the mistress, but like a wife? So he fathers children, he gives
Actually,
is
yeah,
that a
man.
mistress already or is more than a mistress?
Hey John, why not? You think your sperm cares if you're married?
No, you do you get my question? Like, what if the guy treats the mistress like a wife? So
Yeah.
treats her well, pays for whatever she needs, fathers, gets children from
Has
her
a
and all
home.
that. Does the contract become void because now this mistress suddenly got an upgrade?
She's
that
mistress
depends
plus already, bro.
completely on how the contract is worded. Lah.
Right. So this article is actually saying that KL Court rules that non-Muslims can now have mistresses if they put it into an agreement. So going deep into this article, right, what they're saying is that there was a case where a Singapore-born woman who signed an agreement allowing her husband to keep a mistress all throughout their marriage. A mistress.
Singular lah, one
Yeah,
lah.
singular, a mistress all throughout their marriage. And we don't know what's the real story right there, but basically this woman had signed an initial on every single page of that
Wow.
agreement, allowing that to happen. So we don't know what's the backstory of that, but eventually they got divorced and they brought it up, and that's how it came to be where Kuala Lumpur court says that actually, well, you think that it's not correct, it's like it shouldn't be done right. You actually initial on every single page. So therefore, it is right for your husband to have a mistress, which is why the thing that we saw in Weird Kaya says that, it's actually lawful to have a mistress as long as you put it into an agreement.
I mean, you don't really.
Actually, I don't think that's the right way to phrase it. Lah. It's always been legal. It's just in this case, it's in the context of divorce,
Wait, having
because when-
mistresses is legal?
Yeah. You can't go to jail or be fined for having a mistress. It's not an offense under the penal code. Right. The whole point of this is when a divorce settlement is being discussed, who has more blame has to pay more or they get less.
Why do you know this so much?
I was a lawyer.
He's a lawyer. That's why. What do you think? I asked him to come on?
Hang on. How do you know you were a lawyer?
Well, now you know.
That
Yeah.
explains.
So it's always been legal. You can always do. It's not.
You don't go to jail for having a mistress. You just get caught by your wife, and then after that, if she calls for a divorce, then she can settle. She can arrange for more alimony. She can get more
assets.
more of your. She can get the house.
She can tear you up in court also.
Right, then let's talk about the female's perspective then. Then can female also have mistresses then?
No, it's called misters.
Yeah, misters.
Maybe they're lesbians,
Maybe possible also. Possible. We live in a very open world.
Maybe halfway through, that's like, I'm actually
The answer is
bisexual.
yes. The answer
Yeah,
is if it's contractually agreed upon, why not?
Yeah. That's why if you think about it. Actually, thanks for watching the podcast, right? It's quite. But actually, I want to go back to that question where not question, rather the statement where, what's that called? Khalwat? Khalwat.
Yeah.
Okay, so I correct me if I'm wrong, right? You can have 4 wives if you're a Muslim. Okay. But you cannot be alone if you're married with another lady.
Even if you're single. You can't be alone with another woman. It's okay. To define it simply, it's any two people who are not married of the opposite sex.
Huh.
Huh.
Then how does one go on a date?
You don't. I mean, you can in a restaurant.
Oh, because it's a public area.
But let's say it's in your condo. It's very common. A famous Malay actor got caught recently for this.
Can you name?
No. can't
Wow,
remember.
wow, you
But
cannot name.
I don't remember them. But if you type Malay actor Khalwat Selangor on Google, you'll find it.
Oh shit.
I heard from my Malay friend that the process to how the husband can get another wife is that the first wife must allow it, and she's part of the process. Am I right?
I'm not too familiar, but something interesting to note. Every state has different procedures for this. So I'm guessing, I'm not sure, but I'm guessing in Kelantan it's probably more lax to get a second wife, whereas in KL it's probably the most stringent.
My question is how? How does one get a second wife?
I don't know. You meet a girl and then you high five her.
Be rich,
But not.
be an alpha dog with big balls, right?
Yeah,
That a woman doesn't mind sharing.
And
And then be like, I want a second wife. I've met these women, they exist, you know, where
serious?
the husband
yeah.
is like the paragon of virtue in their eyes. So they're like, yeah, second wife, it's okay, it's okay. And they encourage, but it's extremely rare, obviously.
I actually know a friend that does that.
How old are they?
No, she's pretty young. She's like probably 3 years younger than me.
And how old's the husband?
The husband, well, they're not married yet, but she's open to that idea because she's kind of feisty and she used to be a lesbian. Now she's a bisexual. So
I like your squint, that's funny. He was like,
I'm just trying to process this combination, this bunch of words together. Not heard of it.
but I think, you know, if that's the case, then you should just go for it, right? If you can, lah. If the girl allows, you know.
okay, let us dive deep into how we can have mistresses then.
Yeah.
How would you?
How would you come out with the contract? Yeah.
How would we? I don't know, Mr. Lawyer. How do we come up with that contract?
Just draft it out and word doc lah. What the fuck, dude?
Muslims one is very straightforward already, right? Like how they can go about it. But no mistresses are right.
Yeah.
Second, third, and fourth wife. I don't know, John.
Well, that contract from the Singapore-born women say that she's okay with having a mistress all throughout their marriage.
But what if you were representing her as a lawyer, how would you argue her case? Could you say that she was in love when she signed it, so she's like,
Well, I like how you.
I don't know. You signed a lot of papers, you know. Like she did. They did say, right, per
every
paper,
page,
right?
she initial on every page, which is why the judge says that, well, you sign on every page.
Yeah.
So you knew this. At first, she was claiming to say that I didn't know about this, but nah, you knew about this. But even though, despite that, the judge still ruled the husband to pay her in 10,000 in alimony, 6,000 in child support every
month,
month per month.
Wait. The judge asked her to pay.
No,
Ask
ask
him.
him to
Oh,
pay.
It could have been more
Ooh, damn.
without the contract.
Yeah, without contract. But I don't understand how the judge can even ask the guy to pay that when everything was signed. Or is it just because of the divorce? It's just simply because of the divorce. You know, if you really think about it, and I'm not saying I'm not in love with Jen. I'm very much in love with Jen, and I'm married to Jen. But I don't understand what's the purpose of marriage, you know? Like, what do you get out of it?
You secure the passing down of your assets. That's the most important thing.
I think it's all the paperwork.
There's no dispute that your kid will get what you own. That's the point. That's the whole point.
Oh, so if I have a kid only lah.
Historically, that's the biggest reason to pass down property in the safest, most surest way.
Wow.
That's the philosophy of marriage.
And I think there's also like benefits from governments, paperwork.
What do you get?
Like if you are for certain, I have a friend who is like a Hindu, but he's married to an Indonesian girl who is Muslim, so he must convert.
Okay.
So he told me that I said, what happens if you don't convert? And I said our marriage is not recognized here in Malaysia, which then puts him at a disadvantage when it comes to applying for certain things.
Oh, wow.
Which I don't know what is that thing. I don't remember the conversation. But there are a lot of things that, if you are a married couple, you are entitled to some benefits. You know how every year government will release some stuff for...
like sports stuff and shit like that, right?
But that's extremely secondary, I think. For example, John, you and Jen, let's say you live together in a house as boyfriend and girlfriend that you paid for, that you paid for and she didn't pay for. And you died, she has no rights to the house.
Oh, shit.
But if you were married, so now she's protected.
Oh.
But if he wrote a will, let's say saying, okay, my girlfriend will get this, then
No, that's a different story. So the marriage is the default. is the point.
okay,
Is to
got it.
protect everyone's interests.
But that's the only reason, or what?
I mean,
I mean, the main one, lah. But
yeah, that's the main one.
Oh,
I mean,
shit,
all
that's-
this idea of romance. I'm married to the love of my life. That's a very recent thing.
yeah, I was thinking about it also because I was talking to Jen about it. Right, if you were a singular income, right? So, for example, I'm not married, hypothetically, right? And I earn a certain salary. Yeah, I think if you are married, doesn't that tally the both incomes together to disclose you as a higher income then? Higher income household. And therefore you get taxed more.
No,
Yeah. No,
it doesn't work that way. Your,
Doesn't work that
your
way?
tax is immediately taken out of your salary. It has nothing to do with your
But
household.
your income tax, all that you have to declare, right? Per household?
Do
Or do
you?
you just do for both? Can you just do for both then?
Yeah,
Is
do
that-
for both.
Oh.
Household income, do you declare that on your BE form? I don't think so.
You don't do that?
I'm not sure. I don't remember doing that. Does anyone fill that BE form? Do you fill your household income?
MJ?
I don't. I'm pretty sure I don't.
Oh,
Do you do your own BE form or not?
I do.
And you put your household income?
I don't know. I mean,
Ah,
that's
you
what
don't,
it's
you
called,
don't.
right?
No.
Household, right? Chester's an accountant here, dude. Chester will know, bro.
No. You
Individual.
don't.
That's your individual.
Oh, it's just individual. Oh,
Well,
BE is individual.
So
yeah,
where
yeah.
you will declare your household income is the PADU system.
yeah.
The new
Oh,
thing.
the Rafizi.
But you're Chinese, so you don't have to give a shit about Padu. Sorry, Rafizi. Sorry, boss.
Not true. You can still get the subsidy if your income.
true. Yeah, that's true.
The
You declare a lot of information.
oil
right?
is going to be very expensive soon for us.
Yeah. It should lah. Should be a bit more expensive, I think.
Oh, wow.
Just a little bit.
Still hurts, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
I can still cry about it, right?
So
Both are true.
let's talk about polygamy now.
Oh, sure, man.
Smooth
Do
segue.
you guys agree with polygamy if you guys can afford it?
I don't think I can handle polygamy. My heart
man.
is a very weak heart. You know, I don't think I can see my wife getting piled
So
by,
when you
by
say-
4 guys.
Obviously, when you say polygamy, you mean like it's known lah. That means all parties are in concert.
I don't think I can even get hard, bro. Honestly speaking. I'll be like, this is very difficult for me, lah.
For me, no. Not only because I don't want to hurt my girlfriend, but in addition to that, it's just going to be this cauldron of envy. Lah. If I look at, like, if I read in history, guys who have access to all this, they have harems, lah, basically, right? Whether it's emperors or rich businessmen and all that, they say, like, most of them say, like, look, I know from the outside it looks like the shit, but the
When
kind of
you're there-
politicking, lah, the kind of politicking that
In the thick of it is not, lah.
is multiple interests. Like, even I'm sure some Muslims can agree, those with experience of having 4 wives, if they get all 4 that are, easy to deal with, then okay.
Rare.
But if you get 4 politicians, then
It's already difficult to find 4 friends to agree where to eat. You want to have fucking
Yeah.
4 partners.
Four
bro.
But like what he said, it's like usually people who have like more than one wife, they have to be like stinking rich, right?
They have to be alpha dogs.
Alpha dogs,
it's-
super rich.
It's also, I don't know whether I'm saying this shit out of my ass, lah, right? So you can correct me if I'm wrong, right? The whole reason why like Islam allows 4 wives is also to protect the second wife or the third wife or the fourth wife. Because sometimes they're sisters, but they just marry only, but they're not exactly like
they're not like sexually.
sexually
yeah.
active. It's just to
Oh.
support the family. If I'm not mistaken,
pragmatic,
I read that somewhere or a friend told me, and it's just to assist with the family. So actually, technically, the marriage thing is
I can speak on this, lah.
okay.
I mean, to my knowledge, I don't think a justification is given in the Quran why you can have more than one wife, just that you can.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the hadith might have justifications, but the popular one is, last time people go to war all the time, right? The young men die, and then a lot of widows are left. So they become destitute. So this is a way where less women become destitute. And they are sexually active still.
Oh shit. Oh, so it's just
It's up to you, lah.
increase the population.
It's to safeguard the position. If not, they'll just be destitute, poor.
Yeah lah.
The husband pada zaman dahulu is the one supporting them, right? Protecting them also.
So are you okay? Obviously, you're not saying this, but could you be hinting that now that we do not have this kind of crazy wars, now that the population ratio is a bit more 1-1, okay, yeah, a bit more male, in fact.
Oh, is
Does
it?
it mean
just
that
more male now?
we have a bit more male, I think, in Malaysia?
Damn, bro. You really up a game.
Does it mean now that I don't know what's the right word? Like, yeah, I don't want to say the word outdated, lah, obviously, but does it mean that
Relevance?
like, what new reasons are there now?
The new reason now might be
Alpha dog.
halalkan sexual intercourse. So sexual intercourse outside of marriage is illegal, right? But if a man is so full of testosterone in his balls and he's just such a boss, you know,
Yeah.
he's so powerful. He's like, one woman is not enough for me. I'm too fucking. but I don't want to break any rules.
I see.
So let me do it in a halal way.
Yeah.
You know, let me.
So you know,
Change your voice.
I always felt that
Some raspy shit.
I always felt that Chinese people were very so obviously when they look at this, many Chinese people just sort of poke fun at this, right? Which is a bit hypocritical because if you just rewind time back 100, 150 years ago, there's a good chance if your granddad, there's a good chance that actually it's a fact that my family line came from one of my uncles having
It was
multiple
very
wives.
common.
It's very common for Chinese, and for Chinese people there is no limit. Right?
Wait, wow.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So have harems.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. And then back in the day, anyway, I'm not going to my history. So now let's say you fill up the 4 slots already, right? Obviously, for some
Hunter
men,
can do
it's
Hunter
not
Ton
enough.
already.
It's not enough. So they might want a rotation, right? How easy it is to like say, okay, number
Wait, what do you mean
2,
by rotation?
like they want new sets of wives. Like you get 4 already, then okay, I don't want number 2, number 3. I'm gonna replace it. Like how
Can
easy is
replace like that
process?
one, man.
Yeah, no, that's my question.
like-
Oh, yeah,
Is that a reason
it's
why
very
Malay's
easy
weddings are
'cause
cheap?
Islamic divorce is quite a clear cut process.
Huh.
Yeah, so it's easy if you want, if you're an asshole like that. But then again, if you divorce them, doesn't mean they're destitute. You have to maintain them still.
Oh,
Hey, you guys want to know a way you can have, as a Muslim man, sex with more than 4 women at a time? It's quite interesting. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Our eyes were open.
for research,
Islam allows slavery. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So
Legally.
Yeah. I mean, in Malaysia, no.
Oh.
But I'm saying the religion itself
Uh-huh.
allows slavery. Okay. So it's only modern countries that outlaw it.
Okay.
But the religion and this is undisputed. I'm not saying anything controversial. I'm not saying it in a way to judge the
Okay.
religion. I'm saying what the religion allows.
Thank you for the context.
Yeah. And no one will get angry listening to this because it's undisputed.
I
It's
don't know about
allowed.
that part, but
Yeah, I
you've
was-
safeguarded yourself quite well already.
Yeah, yeah.
We're
Just
probably
the-
down to our last part, and in response to what you're saying, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who's probably going to be commenting down and say, "No, you're wrong.
Okay.
Islam do not allow slaves."
Okay.
And what angle do you think they are possibly?
I mean, the Prophet had slaves.
Oh, damn.
And he's the perfect example of humanity that every man should aspire to be. So if he had slaves, it's okay for you to have slaves. Okay?
Okay.
Moving- so, yes,
Fair
yes.
game,
Okay,
fair game,
okay,
fair
okay,
game.
moving on.
Lawyered.
So, you're allowed to have sex with your slaves.
Oh.
So in the context of pada zaman dahulu, you would buy your slaves, but more commonly you would go to war and capture slaves.
Wow.
I just have a small follow-up.
Yeah.
Does that only apply to female slaves?
Can be male.
Yeah, because you can't fuck men.
Okay, so
As-
even
as
in
a man,
slavery, no chance.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
important clarification.
Yeah. Very important.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you can have 4 wives and a harem of 100 slaves that you have sex with every night.
Okay.
Very interesting.
Huh. Okay.
Legally, by the way.
Wow.
I don't know if we should wrap this up on this.
How do you? Okay, lah. But
should
are
put
there there countries which allow slavery now?
I'm not sure.
Can you Google that, Nick? Can you countries which allow slavery?
Can you
I'm
type
just-
Islamic countries specifically? I want to know so.
It's quite fascinating.
Because I doubt it, to be honest.
I don't think there are countries out there that allow slavery. It's
I'm sure there's at least 1 or 2. There's always 1 or 2.
no
right?
way, bro. No way.
North Korea.
Yeah.
So to be a Muslim,
94 countries, bro.
oh shit. Can you just
Wait, can you see? Is slavery haram? Can you click that just so that the viewers can see? Below, yeah.
Most Muslim scholars consider slavery to be inconsistent with Quranic principles of justice.
Uh-oh.
Bernard
Makes no
Freeman.
sense.
Bernard Freeman writes that there is consensus (ijma, IJMA) among Muslim jurists that slavery has now become forbidden. However, certain contemporary clerics still consider slavery to be lawful.
Okay.
Such Saleh
So it's
Al-Fawzan
contended
of
lah.
Saudi Arabia. So Saudi Arabia, low-key okay lah. Or at least just to Saleh Al-Fawzan.
Can we just click on the countries? I want to see.
Yeah, just go up the top one,
who
World
are these,
Economic Forum.
countries?
Ah,
The first one, Malaysia. Wait, what?
no way, bro. No way can it be Malaysia. For context, people who are listening, we are looking at the World Economic Forum website.
Oh, totally reliable.
Is it?
They're like the Illuminati or something.
Oh, okay. So not reliable. I don't take sarcasm well.
Monash University.
Okay. Keep scrolling, bro. Is there no list? There's no
the
list.
list?
Where's the list? Bro,
Noob lah.
Well, there you go. You came here for mistresses and now you got some slaves. So thank you so much for watching, guys. If you have some thoughts about this content, please do go ahead and drop your
I'm
comment
sure people have a lot of thoughts.
down
but
below, especially on the TikTok or the Instagram side. This podcast is available where, John?
on Spotify.
Wait, are we wrapping it up?
Yeah,
Really?
it's 25
40
minutes
minutes.
only.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
a short one.
okay.
No, it's 25 only.
Yeah, it's 25.
25 only, yeah.
Yeah, it's close to pretty much
Okay.
what we've been doing.
All right.
Alright.
No, any last thoughts, maybe? Just to wrap it up, I guess.
Yeah, any advice for any aspiring polygamists?
Aspiring
Polygamists.
I don't know. What do you think, Vincent?
I don't know, man. Money changes how a person becomes, how they think. You know, for us common men, the idea of having mistress is crazy. It's impossible. It's pretty much, you can't do it.
Okay.
Unless you're stinking rich. So I don't know, man. Money changes people.
What do you think, Harith?
I think live and let live lah. As long as it's on paper, what's wrong? If everyone's consenting, what's wrong? Just don't lie, right?
True.
All I would say is that paper and life are two very different things. So anyone getting ideas, focus on life.
It's quite hard.
Rather
lah.
than paper.
It's quite
It's
hard.
hard, but yeah.
All right.
What about you, John?
What about me?
Yeah.
I love Jen.
I do love Jen. I love Jen a lot.
All right.
I think polygamy is going to be very difficult lah. I think even friendship, right? Like you have many friends. If you can't even maintain like more than, and I think it's already difficult having more than like a good 5 friends that you hang out with regularly. So let alone wives. So your time is fair across to everybody.
I guess my just I don't know, my on this point of mine is that I think if you want what's the word? Polygamist society, you gotta start a war. So
we could be starting a sharing thing.
I think it's time to end. It's time to end.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
See you guys next time.
Peace.
Like what, Uber for relationships?
Yeah.